Hi everyone, for today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this outfit for your Bratz doll, and it could be adapted to fit any doll. This dress actually does also fit Barbie. So for Sheridan's dress I've got this broad lace. It actually measures, let's measure it to find out how deep it is. It is 4.25 inches or 11 centimetres. Now I'm going to measure around Sheridan twice with my lace, so arms up in the air, Sheridan. I'm going to measure around her twice. Because it's lace, you'll need 2 layers so that it's not see-through. So there we are, that's how wide I need it. That's around Sheridan twice, and I need a little bit to overlap. So I've gone around her twice and I've done a little bit to overlap. Cut it to the length you need it. Then we fold it in half. I want it so that it's more or less, so that the frilly bit stays frilly. So lay Sheridan on it like so. Bring it around at the back like this. We're going to put velcro at the top. So we need to sew the bottom. Don't sew it too tight or it won't go up her hip. So we need to sew from here down, just a thin seam. So slip it off her. Mark it with a pin or something if you want to. Slip it off her. Sew your seam up with your needle and cotton. Use back stitch for this. So in where you've measured it from and out, and lace again, shouldn't fray, especially as it's folded in double. Then for back stitch we go back to where we went in and out in front of where we've just gone in. Back again and out in front of the cotton again, all the way to the bottom. Back, in again. Make sure you finish it off so that your stitching doesn't come undone. So a couple of little stitches on top of each other at the end there, and then remember to, on the last stitch, to go through your loop a couple of times to hold it in position. So a couple of stitches on top of each other and then through the loop twice. So 1, 2, and pull. Snip off your thread. Turn your dress the right way out, and then at the top we're going to add our velcro. So again, if you haven't got a glue gun, do it with, you can just stitch it into position. Because this is lace, the glue is going to go through it, so I need to get something to put in between the lace and the fabric so that it doesn't glue itself to the, what I'm going to use is the top of this, a piece of cardboard. Put my cardboard in there like that and glue my velcro into position. And again, I'm using a big piece of velcro so that I can tighten it up by make, you know, using the whole width of the velcro to fasten it. Glue that onto that side. See, it's gone through the lace and glued itself to the cardboard. And then for the other side we need to glue it so that it goes onto the inside of the dress. So I'm going to glue it onto here now. Inside one side, outside the other. There we go. And the glue is coming through. Just be careful doing that because it's so easy to burn yourself. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is find the middle at the front, which is just here in between this, in the middle of here. Get my needle and thread, and I'm going to get a length of ribbon, and I need it to go to tie around Sheridan's neck. So find the middle of your ribbon and sew it to the middle of your dress at the front. Sew it onto the back there. Use your red cotton. Sew it into position. And while I'm here, I'm going to sew on my bit of bling. You've got to have a bit of bling, haven't you? Well, I have anyway. You don't have to have any bling if you don't want to. It's just me. I like a bit of bling. So if you have any old jewellery lying around, you could use that. You don't have to go out and buy jewellery specially to do this with. Or you could perhaps just use a bead if you've got bead making kits. Just use one of your beads. So I've got my bit of bling and I'm just going to stitch that into position on the front of the dress there. Just to cover up where we've stitched the ribbon into place, really. So just 1 or 2 stitches on there, that's all we need. Through the loop on this side of the decorative bit. Like I say, you don't have to add this bit, it's entirely optional. In fact, the whole thing is entirely optional. And if you wanted to make it a lace top rather than a dress, you'd just make it shorter. And if you wanted to make it a lace skirt, you'd just make it shorter from the other way. And another thing you could do, of course, is use contrasting ribbon. You don't have to use red. You could use black, white, pink, gold. Whatever you decide, that's fine. Come on, Shaz. Let's try it on you. So up as high as it'll go. Velcro it in the back, and we've got lots of Velcro so it can be nice and tight there. Then we're going to tie it round her neck with the ribbon we've just sewn on. I may have gone a bit long with my length of ribbon, but that's all right. I can always snip a bit off if we need to when we're finished. And then what I'm going to do, just to finish that off, is to tie a piece of ribbon around the waist to define her waist. So cut your length of ribbon. I've got one that's a bit broader than the one I've put round the neck, but it is the same colour. Find a waist, tie that round the back. Doesn't that look pretty? I even think the back looks pretty. Yeah, I think that's really lovely. She looks so sweet in it, doesn't she? So the last thing I'm going to show you, the final thing, is to do a little jacket. I'm going to make Sheridan a little jacket. And to do that, I've got a piece of fur. You only need a tiny little bit of fur like this. And this piece of fur measures 5 by 2.5 inches, so 13 by 7 centimetres. And this is really, really easy to do. All you need to do is sew your fur up, get it like this, so your narrowest part's there, and you match it up so that the right sides are facing, and you need to sew about 1.5 inches each side. You can do back stitch, you can do over stitch. I'm going to just do a quick back stitch. These little jackets are so easy to make and they look so effective. They really do. I had to make some for my Forever Diamond girls because I didn't have their little jackets. So what we've done, we've tucked all the fur in. Make sure you tuck it in, otherwise it'll be short in that part. And then I'm just going to do a back stitch along here. About 1.5 to 2 inches, just to hold it in position, just on each edge. Okay, so I've sewn both ends together like that. So what you're left with is a tube that's got sewing at one side and at the other, and it's open in the middle. And then what we're going to do is turn the ends through, poke them through, and that's it, your jacket's made. Slip her arms in. You can alter the length of the arms by making your jacket wider or shorter, but doesn't she look fabulous? I love those jackets. They're just so easy to make, and she really does look amazing in it, doesn't she? So happy with that. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.